Alright, welcome back everyone to the next episode in the 4X Alchemist head-to-head Lumeris versus Cravers matchup between my brother and I. I'm David, and I'm playing the Cravers. So, just doing a little review. It's been a couple days since we played, so I'm just trying to remember exactly where we are. We're just about to finish taking out the Riftborn here. And then we saw James for the first time in these areas. So what I think we're going to do is leave the Unfallen alone for now and go contest him for these central areas because we don't want to let him get these buffs too many of these buffs. So yeah, we're going to go start contesting him based on him taking these two first instead of these two. I think he's kind of in this area. That's my suspicion. So we have a fleet on its way right now, with some drones, tugs, and tardigrades, and some hornets. Okay. So, alright. Trying to remember. Alright. Yeah, okay, so we have a couple battles going on that we need to do right at the beginning. This is just a little scavenger. No escape route. Damn. Sorry to let you die, little guy. Alright, we got an experience level on our main battle hero. Get some more health. Sweet. Alright, we are still contesting these guys whenever we can. We got our tug here. So once we merge these, nice, goes up to 6 movements, or up to 9 movement speed. So then he can jump between these two relatively easily. But not easily enough, apparently. Alright, so it takes 4 to go back. So now with 9 movement speed, he can go here and then come back. Okay, well that's just kind of annoying. Alright, if I remember correctly, we just lost a battle here with my super weak like tertiary fleet or something like that. So we built this one and he's gonna come on over. And we don't want the scavenger in there. And this guy's gonna come on over and break the siege and then occupy that area. Okay, so here is our main combat unit, which we are using to take out the Riftborn. Alright, and we're going to try and... oh yeah, they're super fast because of these tugs. Yeah, the tugs and the drones. So I can actually move all the way there in one turn. Nice. And we'll just start that siege right now. Alright, then we can have my termites follow up in a couple turns. Perfect. Alright, what have we got going on over here? We have a pupa, which I think I was sending down here. I honestly don't remember. And we have some extra locusts. So why don't we just upgrade these locusts a little bit and have them serve as our little defense force. Yeah, let's just upgrade them kind of like that. Might as well. Just give them a little bit of extra oomph. Okay. Those are locusts. We'll pop them up, and they can just defend against these defend our main place again, or this colony against pirates. All right, so we're here. We got some curiosities to explore. Wow, this place is amazing. Jungle, Terran, Mediterranean. What? That is nuts. Oh damn, I did those curiosities not with my hero. Oops. Nah, just wasted a bunch of experience that I could have gotten otherwise. Damn. Alright, but now we are officially attacking James. I think I put together my termites 2.0, which are right there. And what we want to do is make a whole bunch of them, because they're going to be fast. So let's put together 6, I think. Yeah, and so we are pushing for crust engineering as quickly as we can in order to start taking advantage of some of these guys, where we will also be utilizing miners' unions in order to maximize our exploitation of adamantium, which means more tardigrades, which means more awesomeness. Alright, other things we want to get are these space chameleon spaces to get these. Actually, I don't know if this is worth it yet. Maybe. We can get them pretty fast either way. So I don't think we need them quite yet. So he can't do any battles yet. Yeah, so really what we want to do is just secure our tier 2 resources. You see we have lots of nice antimatter and adamantium deposits. So let's just make sure we have those places colonized and utilized. Alright, we can accelerate that. We're not too short on gold. Alrighty. So, alright, we have another trade company that we can start using, our trade outpost. So I think this place might be the best one. Yeah. Yep, let's do this Cran. Yeah, let's do Cran here. And then we're going to want stage 3. We're going to want a colonization first. Definitely want that honeycomb scope. Yeah, I think that should be good. How are we doing over here on Hoth? I must have just unlocked the stage 3 modernizations. Alright, 30 turns, 60 turns. Let's distribute these guys a little bit more intelligently. Let's get these. Get some increased growth here. Actually, we want that as quickly as possible because we haven't hit that that 300 food here, so getting this increased science and increased food is going to be really great. And it looks like, yes, yeah. So I must have like just unlocked it because my main places don't have the tier 3. So let's take a look at my deposits. So I can do one more. Okay, so who is our next highest? These guys doing it, these guys doing it, these guys doing it. Let's just look at population. So here we go. And these guys are not. So let's have this right away as well. And that's going to help our food and science. And Gistrad. Oh yeah, this is my crap place. That's right. That's fine. Do I care if these guys are dying? Not really. Let's have them definitely do their science stuff, though. I really don't care if they're dying. They are producing lots of nice science, though. So that's a temperate, so let's do spin project. Yeah, so our next goal, so right now we have our us or them working for us, but our next goal is to get up to the point where we can also maintain deadly intent, which gives plus 50% damage on weapon modules. But that means we're going to have a total of 7 influence per person, so we're going to need a huge influence infrastructure. But that's the goal, to have both of those active all the time as our two slots. And with that, we will be able to not only maintain huge amounts of happiness, but also go around and kill people real fast. Okay, so we don't have enough of those. So we need 36. I don't have any, so let's try and buy some. Here we go. Let's buy. How many did I need? I needed 31. So let's just buy 31. So I really don't want that place to be depleted too quickly. Because, you know, Savannah toxic. Not terrible, but not great. So let's pull this guy here, and then next turn we can start shipping people away. So let's grab this and some food. And that should be good. So we got science, and let's get some industry. No, it needs. Let's get some. So mostly for these temperate ones, I'm going to be getting spin projects because I think they're just the best. And let's get for toxic again. Let's just get a spin project. Okay, so I think that should be fine there. So many alerts. Anyone else? Nouse needs my attention. All right, so let's get another science station here. Get some. No, I don't want stage 3 modernization for these guys yet. Who else has some really big growth population or growth potential? Falans does. Let's get it here. So let's start driving some of these slaves. Yeah, we're still got a pretty big minus from ownership, but that should be able to be taken care of by this. And then, wow, so, oh, because this is the, that's right, this is the Riftborn homeworld. So they didn't colonize this Boreal, but we're going to. Because I like Boreal planets, and we need all of the titanium we can get. And I'll move these guys over here. Okay. I think that's going to be the end of our turn. At least that's all I'm remembering. You know, sieging this is really not that useful. I'm going to go explore a little bit. Just see, let's just see if we can find James, because I don't think he can contest us right now with that fleet. Oh, and this is finding us some more happiness. Cool. So yeah, I don't think James can contest us. What we can do is just kind of explore this side of the galaxy a little bit. Maybe he's right here, and that would make grabbing Gatria really valuable. You know, we never really know until we explore. So we'll get here. Let's see. So he has a power of 4,500. He has a tardigrade, and it's a tardigrade 4, which is the fully upgraded one. Fantastic. So these are the guys with the super healing. Okay. So Zuzan and all of these places are all technically connected, since we're all, you know, by these starlings, because it goes all the way up and all the way around. Everything's connected. So if I put a trade colony, a trade thingy down here, then it will trade with all of these places and significantly extend my my trade network. So I think I do want to kill these guys, because this place is just so good. Forest, arid, desert, snow, lots of good stuff. Prosperous seasons, 1.5 million people. I think this place is probably better. Yeah, and it has the super production unique. And wow, this place is incredible. Large desert, so it's, yeah. So there's the small, super unique, and it has a large, a huge, a medium, and a tiny. Wow, okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So, we're just waiting on James to end his turn. He's probably doing kind of the same thing, getting refamiliarized with the state of the game. Alright, so we're just going to flip through, make sure we're not over-depleting any of our places. I think that's fine. 92. 197. Yep, so this is our... What was this one? This was the dust and... Oh, this one was just really good. Oh, that's right. We just colonized this place. Okay, so we need to send some slaves there, because that was Polacks, right? Yeah, in Polacks. So we need to send some slaves over there. Maybe I already did that, and that's what these guys are. What's this? Yeah. Okay, I'm smart. I already did that. I'm sending 3 slaves, 3 different slave races over here, so that they can do their thing. Perfect. Okay, look at that. So as soon as we get that that crust engineering, we'll be really set. And we're getting this nice happiness. We're going to be getting plus 20 happiness in all of our systems from this. And we're going to want, let's see, after that, we're probably going to want to grab these. And we don't want, maybe we do want the carriers. I don't know, I think we want to grab these first, actually. Yeah, because this is going to significantly increase our CP by 2 per hull type, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hull types, so this is going to give us 10 CP, which is incredible. And then, you know, another +2 and another +2, so a total of +14. In the not too distant future, one thing that I haven't done and I should have done a long time ago is grab the +40 XP on those and just build those in my main, in basically everywhere. They're super cheap, and the 40 XP makes them start as rookie 3s, if I remember correctly, which gives them like a +35 or +45% health bonus. And since we're going to be stacking health, those bonuses are all multiplied and everything like that. So it's really strong. And one thing that you should do way before this point is just grab this guy. It's like 300, or I guess now it's like 1,000 science, but it's no big deal. It's a partial turn, and it's really going to give you some nice buffs. This big data shipyards, and then that combined with our Craver Dark Ops, it means that all of our ships start at Legendary, which is the maximum XP threshold, which is incredible. It gives them like 120 or 120 to 150, I can't remember the exact numbers, % health buff and some damage buff. Again, I'm not quite sure what the numbers are there. But it's huge and amazing for no cost for us. Really, it's just like another free health slot. So yeah, and these are super cheap. Like, yeah, 1,000, 1,200 industry, and these are even cheaper. Yeah, 160 industry. So definitely worth it. We're going to be building those everywhere. Starting next turn. All right, we're going back. All right, James is done. This game is getting super intense. James had to go away on a kind of a last-minute business trip at the beginning of this week, and all we've been able to talk about to each other is how much we wanted to get back into these games. All right, there's James's caravels. So with our hero, we're definitely going to be using the using his probes to do curiosity searches. because it gives not only him experience, wow, and another amazing one, Ocean Atoll Terran. Okay, so these places are super insanely good, and I think we're just gonna take this one, because that's just like too good to pass up, right? Right? Yeah, so we're just gonna take it. We should be able to do it in 2 turns, no problem. It's going to cost us a little bit of happiness, but no big deal. I'd rather have the actual place. And what's the food benefit that they give? Nothing that we can use. Okay. Alright, so we got our guys up here to battle these guys. So they are all missiles as well. But they're just so 194 compared to our 425. Yeah, our missiles are better. Okay, so we'll just do that, and these guys are arriving next turn and should be able to very nicely destroy that fleet. Sure, let's upgrade these guys. Yeah, unfortunately I've lost some track of exactly what that means, like which things are doing what, but it should be okay. Alright, what do we got? We got 2 scavengers over here. So let's send them down over here. Alright, so we're back here. Let's fight these guys. Again, just slowly but surely whittling away these Lumeris guys who keep popping up. As we fight them, they run away over here, and then we have to chase them, which is really annoying. Because we want to keep them alive, to keep sucking down that happiness, leeching the happiness from them, but still crippling them on a really, really crappy place, so that they don't actually pose any threat. One thing that I was thinking of, a use for the planet crackers, is when you're doing something like this, I mean, super late game, obviously, but take it in, destroy all 3 planets. It means they get 0 production, and you know, then they can't do anything. They just have to sit there and do nothing for the rest of the game, which is exactly what we want them to do. We just want them to be there, but not do anything. Alright, so we have strong magnetic fields. That sucks. I guess let's grab some of these. Yeah, I guess. Alright, and we can throw these big data shipyards in before we do any of this stuff, because they're so cheap, and they're just going to help us out with our ships. So we're just really we're going to build them everywhere, because there's, in my opinion, no reason not to. They're so freaking cheap. Actually, this place doesn't really need it. But let's do it over here, definitely, in our capital. Okay, Ingress, you're getting level 1. Let's get that subterranean curiosity as well. Nakos definitely needs one. So it's going to be one of our ship producers. Andromeda is also going to be one of our ship producers. So let's get that. Ecel definitely needs one as well. That's 32, 148. We can spare some of those turns. Okay. Cran, you need one as well. You need the colony more, though. Let's do it in that order. Volans needs one. Yeah, so we're already up at content because Oh wow, I content even though we have a... Oh yeah, that's because we're still at war with this guy. But not for long. Okay, I think that's going to be about it. Pretty easy turn there. Nothing too major happening. We got this guy coming here to grab this curiosity. Let's take a look at our... So we have to construct, we have to settle to get Obelisk of Remembrance. Okay. That's not too bad. What's this? Oh yeah, this is the Insatiable Maw. Unfortunately, the benefit of the Insatiable Maw, which if I pull it up real quick, is refuse forced truce without cost or penalty. And that's when like someone offers you a truce, but then you say no, and then it's like this picture of the like Lumeris chick or something like holding out her hand like that, and it says you have to spend this much influence to refuse this truce or whatever. Unfortunately, if you just ignore those pop-ups and just like put them back to the side of the screen and then just don't touch them at all and just end your turn, there's no repercussions for doing that. So actually being able to refuse them with no cost has really no benefit because everyone can refuse them without cost all the time, no matter what. So hopefully they fix that, and it will give some utility to our Insatiable Maw. But right now, I mean, it's basically like everyone has Insatiable Maw all the time. So whatever. Okay, so we are definitely wanting to go take Janice, because this place is amazing. We don't want James to have it. Yeah, mostly I want to send a probe kind of down that way. So when this guy arrives, he'll have some probes, and we can send him there. Okay. So we need offensive military powers. Another thing we're going to be wanting to do, so let's look at our science. So we are getting, after this, we are getting our crust to get adamantine for more tardigrades. Then we're getting our ship CP, and then we're going to be getting antimatter so that we can do two things. One, we're going to get advanced game theory to get lasers to kind of throw James off his guard, because he knows the Cravers have that level stage 1 hero ability that gives plus 40% kinetic and projectile damage. So James assumes that we're going to be heavily favoring these guys, these slugs and missiles, which means he's going to be putting a majority of his defenses into armor. So by switching it up a little and getting these good lasers, not only will it be using our antimatter, which we don't really have a use for, since most of our adamantine is going to be used building tardigrades. So it's optimally utilizing our strategic resources, but it's also going to really throw James off in his defense. So if you look, so let's just pull up a new thing. So if we pull up a normal soldier class and go to the advanced stats, our basic armor, if we put that on here, gives 17% hull plating absorption. So just the super simple thing that you get at like the rank 2 armor or whatever it is. This actually might be rank 1 armor, I don't remember. Gives you 17% of total damage reduction of all kinetics, so projectiles and missiles. And it's the same kind of thing for shields. So for shields, just the very basic one gives you 120 damage shield, and it absorbs 11% of all incoming damage until the shield goes down. So those are huge. So if James builds his ships like this, with like 2 armor slots or even 3 armor slots, you can see that even if I stack a bunch of projectile damage, he's going to be able to really mitigate a whole bunch of it, because just these 3 simple modules are giving a almost 40% damage reduction, which is completely offsetting my my 40% bonus from my hero. and if that just increases more if we look at the better ones. Yeah, now it goes all the way up to 60%. So if he does something like this, which would be very, very foolish of him, if he does something like this, having a mix of ships that do both, some do projectile and some do lasers, you can really capitalize on these type of mistakes and force him to do more balanced ships. Something like this, or actually if I were to build this ship, I'd do something like this since we have upgraded armor here. So that, you know, forces him to split his defensive powers, which means that he only has 35% damage reduction against our improved kinetics, and then also just 19% from our lasers. So that's why, even think of hero bonuses like the Sophons, Voidiani, and Cravers, I think are the only ones. I can't remember if any of the other race heroes give specific like projectile or laser damage bonuses. Consider those as exactly that, bonuses, but not, and something that you should build towards, but not pigeonhole yourself. Like don't build only kinetics on Cravers. It's fine early. I wouldn't even recommend it early, but it's, you know, it's okay. But definitely when you get into the later stages with a whole bunch of CP and you can really play around with the nuances of ship design and fleet compositions, I highly suggest doing a more balanced approach. So for example, when we build our first Hunter class ships, these guys are going to be laser ships, pure lasers. And so if James decides to go pure armor against our Hornets, which are pure missiles, then these guys are just going to tear them to pieces with our lasers. In fact, as I was looking at that, it looked like we might have found some good lasers. We did, advanced Maggie lasers. So these have 19 damage and 13% crit chance, as opposed to, what are these? These are 24 damage and 14% crit chance. So I don't think these are actually worth it. I mean, it's a minor improvement, and we get these beams, which I actually love beams. I think they're really strong. You definitely don't focus them, but having like your laser ship with say 3 standard lasers and then a beam really balances it out, that if someone does manage to close range with you, they just get wrecked. And it can really catch people off guard, because if you balance it out, then all of your effectiveness rating will be like 80, 80, 80, and it's really hard to tell that that's what you did. So unfortunately we got a desync here. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. We're just going to keep an eye out for a message from James in case he asks us to remake the game. The other advantage of getting these is this universal aerodynamics is we unlock the Air Force. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze real quick. Excuse me. Oh yeah, so we unlock universal aerodynamics, which allows us the Air Force for troop deployment. And James probably has all tanks. Like, you should always do, as soon as you can, convert all the way to tanks at the beginning of the game. Basically, as soon as you get autonomous construction, switch over to tanks as much as you can, because they just get 50% damage bonus against troops, and troops have no benefits other than against Air Force. So what we're going to do is get Air Force, which is 50% damage bonus against tanks, and kill his tanks really quick, making him switch over to a half and half between troops and tanks. Well, we'll have half and half tanks and Air Force. So we'll just be more effective. Our troops will be just more effective than his, and that's going to be really good. Super awesome ninja guy, love him. Let's get the 10% bonus here. Who else leveled up? Dominic. All right, we want you to get resources. Yeah, I think so. We're not having too many problems with happiness at the moment. Where is he assigned, by the way? guys are here. Okay, so yeah, that's going to get us some extra Hyperion and Titanium. Do we have a good place that has Adamantium? Hath is okay. Durando is okay. We might assign him to Pollux after we unlock Crust Engineering, because not only do we want this place to grow really quickly since it has this thing, but we also want to get that bonus Adamantine from his skill that we just leveled up. We'll see. Alright, so let's grab this Terran. And we can invest into that, no problem. Speaking of investing into things, we want to keep upgrading our trade routes to try and keep up with James a little bit, because we know that he's going to be doing that. And trade routes grow exponentially. So the earlier they're kind of like compound interest. So the earlier you can invest into them, the bigger the payoff that early investment is going to be. So we definitely want to keep, whenever we have extra dust, definitely want to be investing into that as much as possible. Alright, so with our termites that have now arrived, this will be defenseless next turn, and therefore it will be ours. Wahaha. Alright, and we got Hydrus, so we're going to grab some extra experience from this, and we are going to... no, I'm going to use this guy to send out some probes. I think James is down here, so we're going to send out a probe, hopefully find him, and then this guy can just start wreaking some havoc. You know, just flying around, be as annoying as possible, and hopefully give James something to think about. Okay. So we want to, I think, just colonize these places. It's going to give us bonuses to science and industry, and oh, I love this. So we're getting 85 industry from Thinkers and Tinkers now in all of our places, which is just incredible. It makes getting early places, like we can just colonize both of these in 2 turns, super easily. Get some of our defense going on, since this is going to be a pretty vulnerable position. Honeycomb Scope is actually what we want first to get that vision. Yeah, just that, or getting that is just so strong. It lets us build up our new places really quickly. Okay, so we've arrived here, so we can now start blockading FAD. That's a fully functional tardigrade. Excellent. What's this guy? A shadow. Okay, what we might need... Okay, so we're building another tardigrade here, which will be nice. We got some Cravers there and some Cravers there. Let's get this as well. We'll get one of those. Okay. Next on our list, I think that's it. Cool. I think that's it. Really, we're just waiting for these probes to figure out where our next stop is. I guess I could take this fleet and go up and invade here, but I really want to start handicapping James, because if we look at the score, he's still right on my heels, which is concerning to me. It's really concerning to me. Actually, I take that back. I really want to take these guys. Since we can do it so quickly, and this guy is so fast, I see no reason not to. Just to take these guys. Since we have massive advantages over them. It just, even if we lose the systems, it's no big deal. Really what we want is just those bonuses. Like there, we just got all of our ground troops. Once James gets an air force, all of our ground troops are now going to be doubled. And we can, using our thinkers and tinkers, we can just grab these these signals right here, get all of that bonus bonus industry in all of our places, just for free. You know, just even if someone takes it over later or whatever, just doing that is a huge benefit, and it's going to be like what, 1.5 turns. He's going to get there, take it, and then he'll be able to be back here before anything really happens. And this guy will be able to. He's not going to be exploring these curiosities. He's just going to be sending out probes as much as he can. Speaking of which, I hope James doesn't end his turn. Because we want to buy a scavenger. So, one time I'm thankful for James taking ludicrously long turns. Alright, so we're going to buy that scavenger. And let's sell some more of this stuff that we don't need. And how's this looking? We don't need that much, so let's sell 200 of these. And increase these trade routes again. Okay, so that place is blockaded. So let's look at our trade route overview. So we got guys are all the way up here. So where's this? Oh, okay. So it's blockaded because I haven't taken Dorado yet, or Dorado yet. Okay, cool. But yeah, you can see that we have a nice trade network that hits most of our major places all around here. The only one that we're kind of missing out on are these over here, but that's okay. That's not too big of a loss. And as soon as Heka is established, that will be a nice one as well. All right. What do we have here? Okay, yeah, so now we're building up our termite fleet, which will be done in 2 turns. Okay, so here's what I was talking about. So they start as veteran 3s, which you can see they have a base 4,750 health. If we compare that so 4,350. Compare that to the base termite, which is 2,250. So it's actually like 100% increase in health just from that one tiny little 160 industry building. So hugely important. If we look at over at our tardigrades over here, you can see that if these guys were veteran 3s, they would have way more health, because that's an increase to base health, which is then multiplied by our infinity shields all the time. You know, several times or whatever. So I've gotten these guys in the late game when you build them as legendaries. You build them with like 30 or 40,000 health, which is ludicrous. And then once you get to carriers, you build your carriers with 120,000 health, which is nuts. And remember, they're getting percentile health heals every battle, but in the middle of every battle and after every battle. And then if there's a hero assigned to your fleet, they also get a 20% heal every turn on top of all of that. So it's just insane healing all the time, and I love it. It really is what my late game Cravers strategy is going to be based on. So what we're going to do, the way that we're going to win this game, is we're going to go for a supremacy victory, or what is it? I think it's a supremacy victory. The one where you control all the capitals. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a fleet with tardigrades and a carrier, and it's going to be really strong. Then we're going to throw a seeker hero onto it. And we're going to, oh sweet. And we're going to send it across space to their capital. And we're just going to sit it there and siege there until we take the system. Then we're going to pull the seeker hero out, throw down one of our generals, our slow but really powerful guys. We're going to throw him onto it. And then he's just going to sit there and hold that system because you get so many heals that they have to kill you with a single fleet. So it's just fleet versus fleet. There's no way, since they're going to get 100% heal after every battle, there's no way that they can like whittle you down using multiple fleets. So they have to be able to kill you in a single fleet-to-fleet combat. And I think we're going to have the massive advantage in that aspect. So we're going to be leveraging that to take out some guys, and I'm pretty excited about it. I did it in my solo game, my first ever actual win with Cravers, or like against the AI, and it was incredibly effective. So we're going to take these guys as well. I don't remember what they actually do. Oh, I probably should have looked first. So we got infinite soldiers, which, oh, it's just plus 100 manpower. That's not bad. And culturally resistant, so they can't convert us. Cool. Okay, so that's really not that big of a deal. Really, our two main ones are the Art of Science, minus 10% technologies, and of course, Thinkers and Tinkers. Okay, cool. Yep, and so we've done that, and he's just gonna pop back down here. Yep, so you saw 1.5 turns. Didn't really lose anything. We're just sending out probes. Okay, so it looks like the Sophons are down here. How is our happiness? Not bad. Not great. So we're going to need to start building some of these happiness resources, because we just took out 3 people that we were at war with, which means we lost, what is that, like 105 happiness from wars? Is that correct? Holy crap, how are these guys still ecstatic? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to find anyone that we're not at war with right now and declare war on them. Because, you know, we're not actively going to be fighting them, but there's no reason not to. If they want to send troops at me, that's fine. I don't care. Bring it on. We're going to not declare war on these guys quite yet, because they're kind of nearby, and Pollux is kind of undefended at the moment. But we're going to be declaring war on them soon enough. Alright. So, killing these guys at Dorado, if they want to, I don't think they can run. Yeah, we're just going to kill all of them, grab some extra science from our drone modules, and they have another fleet here. Damn, okay. So we're going to have to wait 1 turn on the siege, simply because we didn't kill all of their guys fast enough, which is kind of annoying. Okay. So, next, these guys, we want to build the honeycomb scope, some defenses, including big data shipyards, and then some happiness resources. Definitely want to get Stim City here, because that's going to be plus 20 happiness, and the luxury resource here. Again, so that's just going to be plus 40 happiness from them. And that should be fine for now. That's going to take them a couple turns. Alright, what are you guys doing? Again, happiness problems. Right. Yep, so they can sit there as much as they want. I don't really care. Alright, yeah, Hecko. We got Hecko. Cool. We got a step, so Xeno Industrial is step 1. Is it? I mean, we already have great production. That's going to just increase it by 20. So I actually don't think that's the play anymore. I think the play is sustainable farms and then a colony here. With... yeah, because then that's going to give us plus 25 food, and I think the big constraint that we have is food at the moment, like growth. Speaking of food and growth, let's send some slaves over there. Some slaves over there. By the way, we want these guys on steriles, and we want these guys on fertiles to get us that extra happiness. Yeah, and we want to drive all of the slaves as much as possible. So let's grab this industrial zone and take out the meteor strikes. Yeah, okay. And they're super happy still. Perfect. So what do we want to send over there? Let's send... So I think these guys, these Calgaros, are my favorite slaves because we're going to be terraforming everything to fertiles anyways, and they just negate 60% of the happiness problems from driving them as slaves. So they're really strong, and we want to cultivate as many of them as possible. So what we're going to do is... Where are they? They are here. So we don't know what they need. Alright, so let's just go to the marketplace, grab one of each luxury we don't know of yet. Let's see, so we have these, we had Jade Onyx, Ionic Crystal, we'll buy one. Eden Incense, Dust Trees, Glitter, Blue Kite Mold. Okay, so it must be one of like the tier 2 or tier 3 ones. Did I just see that someone owned? No, no one's built this yet. Good. Okay. Yeah. Tarka. You're getting there. You're not too bad anymore. Okay. And we're going to want more industrial zones from you. Really, we're just keeping these guys around so that we can eventually get the quadrinics. Alright, one turn till crust engineering, and then we're going to be build. Then that's going to pretty much change everything. Then that's when things are really going to start getting interesting, because then we can start pumping out tardigrades and really be doing our damnedest to what am I trying to say here? Our damnedest to start taking people over, specifically just the capitals, and we can kind of start that like now. As soon as we start building up fleets that are good enough, we can start doing it. So we want this because we just basically want more food for these guys. They already have huge industry. Excuse me. Sure, let's get some moons. We have some multiple moons. More science never hurt. And yeah, actually, let's grab this afterwards. Get that more food and science. And this. Okay. Does anyone else need my attention? Nothing's good. Esau is good. 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 Indris needs my attention. Alright, so what are we doing here? These guys give nice stuff, but we're on a fertile. So let's grab these subterraneans. Again, this is not only going to increase our Thinker and Tinker threshold, but it's also just going to kind of show us what's up. So let's grab this and this. Okay. What I built? Oh yes, the scavenger. So what we can do is pull this guy out just for a second, throw this scavenger in, grab some of these, which will be giving him experience. Cool. And then we can pull that scavenger back out, send out 2 more probes. There's James right there, as expected. Or at least there's a section of him. And then we can throw this guy back into the main fleet. Alright. right. How many do we have now? We have 91. Oh, so good. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So, is this still the same turn? It is. All right, Atlas needs my attention as well. All right, 62, 74. So let's grab some of this, some of this, and let's see, yeah, 30 industry is just going to be a drop in the bucket at this point. Where is Atlas? Atlas is right there. That's a nice strategic position. So let's grab the honeycomb scope and our defense mechanisms as well. It's growing nicely. 4297. Let's throw one of these guys over here. Yeah, basically what we're trying to do is just balance all of the planets so that they're all kind of depleting at the same rate. And you can judge that by the number of turns till depletion. And then if one, yeah, so this one's depleting the fastest, so once this kind of gets out of balance again, we'll throw one Craver from here over to here, or colonize another system, or something. And basically we want to keep all of our planets undepleted for as long as possible. Alright, one turn until things start getting really interesting. Alright, we're just going to kill that pirate because he's annoying. He's bugging me. Alright, what do you have? This is Turbia. It's kind of what I expected. Alright, and we're going to be moving this guy forward somewhere. Where do I want to move him? Okay. Wow, James colonized all those planets super fast. That's kind of funny. He was just like, this is what I need to do, and therefore I shall do it. He probably just has so much gold generation that he can do it really without thinking about it, is my suspicion. And so he just like said to colonize them and then built them all, and then just paid for it all, because I think he just got that place like one turn ago or something. But either way, that's no big deal. We got all of the curiosities. That's what we cared about. And we can take that from him basically whenever we want. But we have to be careful about this, our happiness, because right now we're getting minus 80 happiness everywhere, and we are not yet prepared to counteract that. We can't sustain a mutinous empire yet. Once we have our fleets pretty much produced and ready to go, because we're going to produce them all and then just kind of send them out all at once, or at least in like a sequence, depending on how many seeker heroes we can get our hands on. All right, so it looks like we found some of this. Nope, we're not going to want a truce. Definitely don't want a truce with you. So yeah, we're going to definitely want to grab that as soon as possible. We're going to want that one first. And a honeycomb scope. Alright. So James is sending probes at us. Oops, not what I meant to do. Well, that sucks. I meant to attack him with this giant fleet that's sitting in the same place. I hate how that happens sometimes. Oh no, he died still. Oh well. Alright, this is who I wanted you to go against, stupid pirates. Alright, we're gonna jump down over here just to say, how's your mother? I believe I might have found a core of James's place. We're gonna keep running around, seeing what's up. Interesting, so he just has like, these must have been neutral civs or something that he just kind of sniped. I'm not sure, because it looks like this is the Sophon's main area. So James, and so if they kind of come up like this, then James, wow, so we must have started on like exact opposite sides of this galaxy. Leads to a very epic reveal. A clash between ideologies, one might say, if you wanted to make it a World War II reference. Alright, so this guy is free, so we're going to go ahead and take that and send these termites down here, who will kill this outpost in one turn. Because termites are the best at killing outposts. Yep, one turn. Probably just one of them would have killed it in one turn. But now we have this, and they have this adamantium already colonized for us. Sweet, we're getting 24 a turn, which is 1 tardigrade per turn. Fantastic. Alright, so let's grab our basics. So let's grab this and this. And what else do we want? The honeycomb scope, definitely. We want that early. Really, so the reason that we're building the honeycomb scopes everywhere is that the earlier notice we can get, so if James is like pulling a seeker hero and he's like flying across the galaxy like this, the earlier we can detect him, we can extrapolate to where he's heading and then send one of our big fleets and meet him there and force him into combat. Because if you can catch him once, and even if he decides to retreat, he has to retreat down a star lane, which means we can just chase him and catch him again. And that's going to be our goal, is to have enough notice if he tries to do some sort of backdoor play, that we can catch him and hopefully kill him before he causes too much damage. All right, so the reason we brought the tug in is because I think this guy's going to run away. And he is, and then we can just kind of chase him over here and force the fight again. But they're going to run back, because they always do, but we're going to just chase him again. And that's why that's... I guess we can't fight him twice, can we? That's so annoying. I hate how they can just, like, build a ship, pull it out, and then run away. Like, if you build a ship and it's blockaded, you shouldn't have the option to escape. Because, I mean, you're coming, so you have the planet, and you're coming out from the planet, you have to break through the blockade before you can run away to space. So, I don't know. I think that's stupid and a really, really annoying game mechanic. That is... it's annoying. There's not really much else to say about it. Alright, so we got our 6 termites here. You can see that they are nice and quick. So we are going to send them... where? I think we start with this, don't we? Let's see, what's this? Terran Ocean. Yeah, we don't... I think we might just wipe out these guys. I haven't decided yet. I think we're going to start here. So that's going to be 4 turns, that's going to be 4 turns. Perfect. Alright. Yeah, and the more termites we put in this group, the faster they're going to be, and the easier it will be to kind of jump around. Okay. Oh yeah, so we have our adamantium deposits up and running. This place is kind of crap, but mostly we want that. So let's get... this costume. Right. Yeah, so what the -1 battle duration, what that means is that your... so all battles are 3 phases. So -1 battle duration means you only have 2 phases when they siege, which means you can replenish your troops much more easily, because they only have 2 chances to wipe out all of your troops and take the planet rather than 3. Alright, so we're going to start getting this, which is the -2 overcolonization happiness, and we're actually going to end up leaving him here because this place is super angry without him. and we can just drive so many slaves. If we can take that overcolonization happiness down from whatever it is, like minus 100 right now, or minus 90 to minus, so right now it's at minus 72, so it's minus 18, so it'll be another 18 next level. So yeah, just really good. And that just means we can drive more slaves. Okay, so let's distribute these guys a little bit more intelligently. So we have 17 turns there, 14 turns there, 20, and depleted. Okay, so we're actually just going to send these guys away. Gives us a little bit more room for more slaves to be bred, and buys us a little more time on our planets. So let's send these guys to our prison colony of Gistrad. Out of the way, basically. So I'm sure James has seen this guy, and I don't know if he caught that he has 21 movement speed, but he's going to be zipping around, exploring all sorts of things. Okay. Who has yet to move? This guy was moving. Alright, so I think we're done. Staying with militarists as usual. And that's going to should unlock our... Oh, we didn't get it. Alright, so we need one more until we can get potent, until we can get the deadly intent pill. But that's fine, because we are not ready to do it anyways, especially because we're having some happiness problems, specifically here. So yeah, this place. So its well-being foundation will be done soon, and then colonial rights. So that's going to be a total of plus 40 happiness, and then we can get another 10 if we need to right after that. Actually, I don't see any reason not to do it. So let's just queue it up. Actually, no, we're going to be wanting to have this place. Nice. So this is interesting. So we could get the Seeker to institute our plans. So let's just check out what heroes we have. I don't remember. Do we have any other Seekers? No. Currently we have 2 Guardians, which are going to be our guys that sit on capitals, and only 1 Seeker. So even though the Horatio Seeker kind of sucks, we're going to take him anyways, just for that one ability. Just the ×3 movement speed in space ability. And his sole purpose is to get my ships there super fast without the other team or the enemy being able to see it and counteract. Alright, so we're just going to throw them in here, level them up a little bit. Yeah, and the ability I'm talking about is this one right here. This advanced astronavigation gives ×3 movement speed, and that's really all that's important, because Horatio are horrible generals or admirals or whatever. So they have a fleet skill here and a fleet skill here, and they're both not good at all. But you know, whatever. We'll get the +1 movement speed as well. And yeah, so this stuff, anything after this is just bonus. The extra movement speed, the extra fleet damage, you know, that's great. But this is really what we care about. So that's good. So now we have 2 Seekers, which means that if we can do it one at a time, we can like put our Cravers Seeker, who's our much better military general, on the weapons, the attack fleet, and him on the and this Horatio hero on the termite fleet, and they can just zoom out from really anywhere, land on the capital, siege it down, pull both of them out, or actually just once they're all sieged down, we can just take the Horatio hero on the termites, pull them back, and then just leave the guy there. So, okay, so this is James attacking this place, as we expected. We're just going to kill all of these guys, because we don't really care about this place. So we're just going to do as many conscriptions as we can. Yep, and we're just going to kill all of these guys, and we're actually going to do a Scorched Earth, where we're just going to sell all of this stuff, since we're going to lose it no matter what. So let's just sell it, grab some extra gold, and when James takes this place, it will be a really nice place, but it will also be kind of a wasteland at the same time. And it's inconvenient, but we don't really care. We much more cared about not giving him the benefits of it, the minor civ factions. So we can take that place. We'll be taking these places from him eventually anyways. Maybe. We might just send our fleets, after we've secured the other capitals, we might just send our fleets in to be super annoying. And try and take, and maybe take James's capital. I don't want to take it last, because then he might beat me to something, but if I take it early, then he might be able to do some sort of something clever, but we'll see. I'm interested to see what his plan is to try and stop me. Alright, so we're going to have these guys built up a little bit. So they shouldn't have been able to heal enough to retreat, so I should be able to kill one. Yes. And we're just going to do the same song and dance. I move here, he moves back, and then I can move back still. So we're going to be doing this stupid song and dance 1,000 times. It's going to be really annoying, but it's just the way that the mechanics of the game work, unfortunately. Alright, we want to get our minor union to get more adamantine, because that's really going to be what's gating us. Let's see, so after those, we're going to want this, and then that, and then that. So not only are these going to give us more CP, but it's going to give us access to the ships. And once we have carriers, so what we want to do is hopefully by that time we'll have 2 fleets built up, where we can have everything except for the everything ready except for the carriers, and then we can just build a couple carriers, pull them out, and have our fleets ready to go and just send them out. And what we might do, interesting, is since we have 2 secret heroes, I might send fleets to each. No, because we really want to have a hero on them at all times. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Alright, where is my fleet? So he's there. So we have a couple more turns. We need to get this guy back to happy somehow. Oh yeah, he's building stuff. Because this is our major influence producer, and right now we're losing influence. And it's good that we stored up a whole bunch, because if we ever go negative, our entire population, our entire system just falls apart. Because then we can never reinstitute it without, yeah. So if it ever goes down, we basically lose. So it's really, really, really important to maintain that your influence level. Speaking of maintaining influence level, let's build a spin project there, and let's turn it into a savannah and get some predictive logics and some. One of these is going to be 15 happiness, 35, 40, 35, 180. Alright, so let's. Yeah, so we're keeping these guys purposely not driven, just because we don't have the happiness at the moment. Population. Wow, okay. Wow. So we really need this happiness, because the more happiness we can build up, the more slaves we can drive. So this is going to give us 15 happiness as well. So let's just do it in this order. Because, I mean, this is 15 happiness, and this is 15 happiness plus other stuff. Okay. James being there and being so strong is really scary to me. Alright, but I've now pulled decently far ahead. I'm up at 30, or 300 ahead now. Oh, crap. I've totally been forgetting to do the timing. So this is a super long episode, so some bonus time for you guys. So I'm gonna wrap this episode up right now, and we'll probably jump jump right back in for the next episode. So I hope to see you guys there, and take it easy.